Things men will never tell women, but are very obvious. Men crave external validation just as much as women do, but there's also pros and cons to it. Which is why you don't necessarily need to sleep with him or kiss him for him to feel validated, especially if y'all not official, which is why a lot of y'all are asking that question, like, why did he only hit me up in a certain moment of time? It was good enough for him. Keyword, enough. Certain men don't even have to you, let alone take a nap with you to feel validated. Which is why a lot of them are actually okay with saying that they were in your DMs when you replied back with a hey, making them feel gas and giving them the highlight of their week. See, a lot of y'all be thinking that it takes them going all the way with you to feel validated and ghost you. Because the value of bedroom intimacy in our society always seems to overshadow the value of a hug or close interaction. So a lot of us tend to be like, ew, why do you feel gassed up off of me saying hello to you and you got butterflies from that instead of me sleeping with you? Which I can see why you would think that, but in many cases, no, it's almost the same for a lot of men. Which explains why that one man that you were feeling for a small window of time was just a short-lived spark, and why he was okay with getting as little as possible from you and feeling satisfied, but yet still disappeared. It ended up being short euphoria for him and short euphoria for you, but he was fine with that and you expected more. That right there is self-gratification for him. Which explains why he's okay with ghosting before anything actually happens. A clear example of this is when you were in high school and there was that one that was always following the woman around, asking them repetitively, consecutively, where my hug at, big head? The let me get a hug at dude, they're pretty much gonna get whatever they can. And that alone can be enough for them, but what a lot of people are unaware of is that a lot of them tend to grow up and still exist as the same person. He grew up and he just got better. He got better at it, especially when it comes to their social skills over text. A man's game doesn't necessarily get worse, they just sharpen it. But once again, there's pros and cons to it. Men love to feel complimented, but a high number of them will take whatever they can get, whether it be a hello or you're cute, because they're simply just not used to it. And perhaps maybe you just so happen to start feeling them. He's so conditioned and not receiving that he inevitably sabotages. And it's usually done on purpose by his choice. I know a lot of people tend to do it subconsciously, but this is on purpose. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna milk this shit out of the hello, the hi, the you're handsome, the you're cute for what it is and run off. So then you're stuck with the question, why did he message me, call me cute? I reciprocated it only for him to walk off for a number of factors, but this is definitely one of the ones that exist. If you actually hugged the let me get a hug at dude, of course he's going to be on a high horse. In all honesty, he didn't even know he was gonna get that far. Because he already has a preconceived mindset to underestimate himself already. It's like the guy that walks up to you in public, but you don't know that he struck out 10 times prior with 10 other women before he met you, but you're under the impression that you were the first one. A lot of y'all have actually went home as the 11th option of that evening, but that's another video for another day. It was good enough for him. You just looking at him and acknowledging his existence. You talking to him as a level that he didn't even think that he'd acquire. The value in that is different for him than it is for a man that's used to getting attention already.
Things guys never wanted you to know. This is gonna be a bit shocking, so if you have a weak stomach, scroll away.
Okay.
Number one, watching movies, TV shows, and going out to places where there's loud music and lots of stimulus is a great way to avoid actually getting to know you. Because if we had to talk about things that weren't surface level, you'd realize that I don't actually like you. Number two, the girl you're worried about is the girl you always should be worried about. You think a man pours his energy into a woman he doesn't care about? Be for real. Number three, the girl he really likes doesn't spend plenty of time talking about the girls he doesn't like. Really think about that one. Number four, the less we say, the easier our life is, because we get to allow you to project your feelings onto us. Number five, our favorite part about apologizing to you is knowing that even if we cross your boundaries again, you don't even have the respect for yourself to do something about it.
I just read somewhere that as soon as a guy starts catching feelings for you, he freaks out and then pulls back a little bit. And women are like, what happened? Everything was so cool. I don't understand what's going on. This is the part where he says, hold on a second. I've actually caught feelings for this girl. Do I really want to be with this girl? Or is this just something fun for me? It's either gonna come and be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's keep this going. I love you. I want you. Let's make this happen, baby. Or he's gonna have that moment of realizing, shit, even though I've got feelings for her, I can't do this. I'm not ready. If he does pull back, do not bombard him. Do not message him, what's wrong, what's going on, are you okay, this and that. Give him that space. Give him that time to make that realization and see, is it you that he wants to be with? Or, is he gonna decide to move on? And if he decides to move on, well, that's not your person, is it? Because the person that's for you is gonna realize very early on, nah, I'm not letting this one get away.
Straying, or if he's already broken up with you and you want him back and you think there's a chance,
and you kind of still interact with each other, you got to make them jealous, okay? And this goes for any relationship type, okay? Could be same sex, whatever, but you got to make the other person jealous and work on their ego or work on their weak spot, okay? For example, if there's a place that you and that person always go, and it's kind of like a special place to you, and you want to make them jealous, let them know you're going there. Oh, I'm going to, you know, such and such tonight. Just me and the girls. Yeah, just me and the girls. We're going to have such a good time. I can't wait. But get dressed up like you're going on a date. Like, look better than you ever looked when you went out with him. Like, do extra. Buy new underwear. Make him think that there's something up, okay? Get extra. Like you're getting ready to go to prom, okay? Get new stuff. Get new outfit, new perfume, new everything. He's going to get suspicious. He's like, why are you doing all this to go out with the girls, you know? Oh, you know, we just want to look extra good. You know, girls compete against each other, you know? And then he's going to say, well, maybe I want to come too. Or, you know, are you sure you don't want me to come? You know, that's our spot. Oh, no, I don't want you to come. And just like wear something very sexy. Like, y'all know that song, Freakum Dress by Beyonce. Get out something very sexy, okay? To make him think that either A, you're really going out on a date with another man, or B, there's a possibility that you can meet another man that night that will replace him, okay? Don't be afraid to get dolled up and go out with your girls and let him know you're going, okay? And like, to get him jealous, you got to do extra, okay? And go out. Don't answer your phone the whole night. Turn it off. Don't even answer that thing. If he's not giving you the attention when you're not away from him, dressed up, looking like, you know, you can grab any dude or whatever, then don't answer his calls now. Why is he all of a sudden texting? Let him wonder, okay? This is going to work on his mind. So now that you're out and about having fun, doing whatever you're doing, you could be out alone, you could be really with friends, or you could be with a guy friend, a gay friend, whoever. But come back later than you normally come back, okay? Don't come back on time. Don't come back on curfew. Come back a little bit later, okay? And then make up some excuse. Oh, I had to make sure my friend got home okay. She drank too much and da-da-da-da. He's not going to really question that. And just go to sleep. Don't talk about it. Because when you really went out with your girls and you had a good time, you're going to want to tell your friend, your boyfriend, oh, we did this, and that. Don't tell him nothing. Leave him wondering. Let him ask all the questions. Now you have his attention, okay? The next way, like if you don't live with the guy and he stops calling and texting, send him an accidental text for another person, okay? Like, I had fun last night. Let's do it again. And then see what he says, text back. Like, oh, I didn't see you last night. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. You know, if he has to text you for a long time and you're waiting on him to text you back, and he's been like 2 days, 3 days, and you have to text him first all the time, text him, oh, I had fun last night. Let's do it again. And then if he texts you back, say, oh, I must send that to the wrong number. You know? Bam. Well, who'd you go out with? Now he's texting. Right now he's interested again. Okay? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to send that to somebody else. No, don't worry about it. And then you stop texting him. Okay? Then he's going to be texting you, calling you, da-da-da-da. Oh, who are you going out with? And da-da-da-da. Okay, so accidental text to the wrong person by accident.
Alright, today's video are things men will never tell women, or things guys never wanted, or things guys never wanted you to know. I mean, today some of it is a little bit harsh and some, well, a little bit controversial, but let's get into it and I'll be giving my honest reactions and opinion on each. Just a little spoiler alert, this one's going to be real. I mean, like real. So first up, All right, the first guy here didn't disappoint. Talking about lingerie doesn't really excite men. So they claim that guys don't find lingerie exciting because they just want to take it off. I've got a mixed feelings on this. I get the idea that if a guy is really into you, he might be eager to skip the whole admiring process, but let's not just downplay the power of anticipation when it comes to sex. For a lot of people, it's a part of the experience. It builds up the excitement. Plus, for some, lingerie isn't just for the guy, it's about making the woman feel confident and sexy too. So this one is subjective, but I don't think lingerie is entirely pointless. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Having only guy friends signal that you are seeking male validation. Well, is it a bit too harsh? I don't know, but I get how some guys might really think that way, but it's not necessarily true for everyone. In my personal experience, some women genuinely vibe better with guys, and it doesn't mean they are seeking validation. So it's just important to know the context and understanding that we shouldn't be making assumptions about people's motivation. But again, there are many ladies with guy friends whom they really they do some stuff with them. You cannot discount that. So it just depends. But us men, we are territorial and we really don't like that. That's the truth about it. Does overtexting equals less attraction to you? Apparently, I'll say that asking a guy to call and text more just makes him want to do it less, personally. And I think this one's I think this one is relatable and really frustrating at the same time. Yes, constant going, yes, constant nagging might really create pressure, but communication is key in relationships. Rather than just creating anxiety, why not have an open conversation about what each person needs in terms of contact? I mean, a healthy balance can be found. So this rule isn't set in stone. It's flexible. So all the venting and ignoring solutions, well, this one is about how guys just get frustrated when they offer solutions to a problem, but women don't follow them. It's really frustrating. This is a classic issue in communication. Often people just want to vent, not necessarily get advice, and that's where the disconnect really happens. So guys, if you feel this way, it's totally valid to express that frustration. But ladies, come on, let's also be more mindful. Sometimes just saying, I just need to vent can really clear up a lot of confusion. And it's about understanding each other's communication styles. Let's communicate. It really, really takes some of these things away. Oh, the classic old jealousy game. Well, now on to the idea that guys won't tell you when they are jealous, but they'll show it. Yeah, this really feels true, and a lot of guys might struggle to admit jealousy because of ego or pride, but their actions definitely reveals it. And the key here is to pay attention to the signs and create a space where your partner feels comfortable expressing that kind of, I'll say, vulnerability without feeling weak or insecure. That's a no-no to men. The feeling of this guy's a weak guy or being insecure, most men don't want to find themselves in that position. So ladies, you need to really create a safe space for him to really express himself. When it comes to financial and emotional struggles, this point about guys hiding financial or emotional struggles unless they are really comfortable with you is really, really spot on. And it's a tough one because many men are taught to keep these issues to themselves, but it's so important to foster this kind of a safe environment in relationships where both people can open up about these challenges. It might take time, but it really builds a deeper and a long-lasting bond in the long run. So make sure we have these safe spaces to foster these relationships. We've all heard it before, the whole "I've been hurt" excuse. I've been hurt in the past. This excuse when a guy tries to justify being cheap or emotionally distant. Yeah, it's common. No, this one I completely agree with. Past hurt isn't a valid reason to treat someone poorly or avoid putting in effort. Everyone has baggage. Everyone's got baggage. But it's really, really unfair to make it it's really unfair to make a new person pay for what happened with your ex. So if you want a princess treatment, stick to that standard. Yeah, it's just what it is. And vice versa. Okay? If you want a prince treatment, then you make sure you leave the baggage out the door when you left your previous relationship. So is every attention always a good attention? I think now is really a real talk moment. So let's just pause and reflect. Not all attention is good attention. No. The attention a guy gives to a girl posting revealing pics on Instagram is not the same as attention he gives to someone he wants to wife up. That's just the truth about it. And this is a very, very important distinction to make. Just because someone shows interest doesn't mean it's the right kind of interest. So we've got to learn to tell the difference. It helps a lot. Okay, so you don't get your hopes, all the way up to the moon. Yeah, us men just want our peace. Not fancy nights out, really. Well, this one I'll say is about guys coming home and just wanting peace rather than the fancy dinner dates. I get this. There's a huge difference between needing peace and being boring, because sometimes after a long day, you just want to relax with your partner and enjoy each other's company in a calm way. Fancy dinners can be fun too, but they are not the only way to connect. Okay? So make sure you pour some skills in the kitchen. It's a good way to relax. You may teach your partner a thing or two, how to prepare 1 or 2 meals. It's romantic, by the way. Ghosting, validation, very common. The idea that men sometimes only need the smallest amount of validation to feel fulfilled, like a simple "hey" in the DMs. Well, and they ghost you afterwards anyway. I think this is all about self-gratification. Some guys chase that little hit of validation, that dopamine hit, and then just vanish because that was all they needed after all. So it's important to recognize these patterns and avoid getting emotionally invested when someone's behavior is telling you that they are not in it for the long haul. You can read it. The good thing, God has given us the instincts to know when this thing is not for us. So there you have it. My take on all these things guys never wanted you to know. And there's definitely some truth to a lot of these points, but every relationship and person is different. We must acknowledge that. And the main takeaway, I'll say communication is key, and don't fall into games or assumptions, and always talk things with your partner. So thanks for watching, and if you like this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments which point stood out to you the most. Cheers.